Let's see if people start to join soon. Let's see, maybe people will come and join soon. So, today I was thinking I would stitch more on my Haunted Mansion SAL. And I just finished up my SK Butterflies Galore for today. It's the 93rd day of the 100 Days of Hate. And I have actually started to done her kinda in a diagonal way that Jessie Marie does it. So, but with a few modifications to do it my own. So, I am going to pack her away for today because the rest of today I am working on my Haunted Mansion SAL. And the blood moon is done. Hello. Hello Adele, Heather and Shannon. Yeah, I know, the moon looks amazing. So it's a little bit cold, so I need my blanket. So I'm thinking I'm gonna work some more on this part of the roof and maybe get down to part 1 and 2. So yeah, there is many decisions, Heather. Thank you, Adele. Yes, I am very glad I did stick with it myself now that when I have seen the result. So it actually turned out really amazing. So for this project, I have just made myself a thread organizer, and I have bent it because then I can throw it over my Lowry stand and it will just hang there. So let's get started. So on this project, as you most likely can see, I do like a kind of partial parking method, as I have started to do with most of my whips. how has my day been? It actually has been a really good day. I think I got out of bed like 11:30 a.m. and I went up and sat down and started to stitch on my blood moon. And then I stitched some more on my blood moon, did take a break to eat some breakfast, and then did some more stitching on my blood moon. And then my husband and son came home early. And my son, he really wanted to watch a movie, Cars, the first one. So I said it was okay because today it is a really awful day to be outside because it's raining and blowing and starting to get cold. So he watched Cars while I stitched some more, and then I was done with my blood moon, so I started stitching on the roofs. And I am not, my illness is really bad today, so that's why I am like stitching all day, but in a way it's nice to just sit and stitch also. So yeah, Heather, that's the cactus SAL looks so amazing. I have two of the cactuses or cacti. But I think I maybe need to finish some of my SALs before starting more SALs. So and so yeah, I have been stitching all day. Most people would say it's not interesting, but I know you guys think that is amazing. So the weekend was a really lovely weekend with the wedding and the birthday parties. But the only downside is it tires me out so much. So I really struggle to the days after that. So these days have been heavy days, but I take it slow, just sit and stitch and don't stress about all the things I need to do in the house. Then it usually goes much better. Yeah, it's good to have a day to rest. I certainly need it. So today I have been so good that I have found myself some Coca-Cola, and I have found myself some tea, and I have found myself some chocolates. So I think it will be a good stitch with me. Hello, Chemical Stitcher. Nice to have you here. I am working on my Haunted Mansion SAL, and the blood moon is done. What kind of chocolate I have? Well, I have a chocolate that's the name is Smil, which actually in English is smile. It is a milk chocolate filled with liquid caramel. And then I also have a chocolate called croquant, and I have no idea what the word will be in English, but it is a milk chocolate with almonds in it. It's not like normal just chopped up almonds. They have been like caramelized and then chopped up in tiny pieces and put into the chocolate. So that is my chocolate for today. Thank you. Yes, I love the blood moon. It turned out really great. I have no idea what a Rolo is, but if it's milk chocolate filled with caramel, then I guess I like it. And I'm gonna tell you something about me that is like the main reason how I can be a little bit crazy. When I'm working on the roof, the only thing I am thinking of all the time is the song, the roof, the roof, the roof is on fire. So that's me. Ooh, chewy caramel. Well, it still sounds good. Exactly, Heather. There was a reason I didn't sing the next sentence in the song. And if you know the song, you know why. Not because I don't swear. Like, I do swear, but I rarely do it. But I think maybe YouTube will have come and banned my video or something. I don't know. I don't know how strict YouTube is with swearing. I know you can like say that your channel is not for small children and it will be okay. But since I know some people are taking offense about it, then it doesn't bother me to not swear. But my biggest problem with swearing is that sometimes I do not know that it is a swear word I am using, because sometimes it is a word that people usually use in conversation, so I just adapt the word and have no clue that it is used in a way you swear. So it's like when people learn new languages, usually they learn first swear words. And not always do they know that they do swear. So, yeah. Yeah, censor slightly. Yeah, you might be right, Heather. They might don't care at all. Yeah, that's true. Depends on the country, so. So really no people can take offense if I swear without knowing I am swearing, because here it is not the swear word. So let me see. This color. En, to, en, to, tre, fire. En, to, en, to, tre, fire. There. Hello, Debbie. Thank you. Yes, I also love my blood moon. It has turned out really nice. So that's fun. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet of you, Debbie. And yes, I am showing my back because usually my backs don't look that bad. I don't know what it is, but I think it's because I'm so frugal with my floss. It's like, to show you how frugal I am, I think I found out that I have about 30 skeins of black DMC, and I have about 20 black anchor skeins. 30 skeins of black DMC, 20 skeins of black anchor. I have 2 small cones of black, and I have 1 big one, but still with my black I will stitch until I just have a tiny tail and cut it off. And sometimes this is even a large tail, so I'm frugal. Oh, Adele, don't talk about your Christmas SAL. I really want to do that one, but I can't afford it right now. But it looks amazing. And it will be a nice companion piece to the Haunted Mansion SAL. But, or to replace the Haunted Mansion SAL when Halloween is over and like switch out to Christmas decorations. But oh, you're doing the Christmas SAL right now. Oh, that's so amazing. So but yeah, the Christmas SAL looks really amazing. It's super cute. But I have the Christmas SAL from last year that she did, so most likely I will start this year when October is done for some Christmas stitching. Well, Heather, me neither. Have not started the Christmas SAL from last year. You never did get far in the last one, Adele. Maybe you should do that one. Have you come far enough on the Haunted Mansion SAL so that you have justified buying the Christmas SAL yet, Adele? Well, that's more, Heather. If I have gotten my money by like the end of November, then I might buy this year's Christmas SAL and hopefully be done with the one from the last year. So maybe I can make that if I finish last year's Christmas SAL, then I can buy and start the new one. Yeah, the medieval mansion sounds amazing. So I also want that one. Yeah, medieval mansion will be amazing. How much have you left, Adele, before you are caught up with the Haunted Mansion and can start the Christmas one? Oh, so 1, 3, the stars, bats, and stuff at the bottom, and then you're caught up. That's good. You have worked really good on that. The Haunted Mansion SAL. Yeah. Oh, it's tomorrow. There is a new part coming out for this one. I am really far behind. Yeah, designers needs to stop putting out stuff I like, especially cute ones. Ooh, it's exciting if you get to be caught up, Adele. Yeah. But in a way, the medieval mansion, didn't you like say to Lakeside Needlecraft that you wanted them to do a SAL with Tiny Modernist? So you got your wish, Adele. My Hero Academia mug. It is an anime, which I am really liking. So yeah, it's all your fault, Adele. And we love you for it. It is so weird because like 1 year ago I started picking my stitching back up, and I had so much trouble finding cute patterns that I liked, and suddenly, like the year that has been, it just exploded with cute stuff that I like, especially Tiny Modernist and Maria Broco. And so yeah, I feel like the cute stitching has become really popular, and I think that might be a good thing for me, but not for my wallet. Oops, I did it again. Yeah, Maria Broco is like, I could buy all her designs. And there is also one more that I found on Instagram first. Mandrinks designs, but I don't think I have bought any. Yes, I have. I have bought from her when she started the Etsy store. Those two are like killing my wallet. Yeah, the patterns are amazing. I really like them. Yeah, her patterns are really beautiful, and they're patterns that you immediately, when you look at the pattern, you see that there is a lot of love and work behind them. It's not like something she just whipped out one night. And she is amazing with colors, like the blended floss that she do. I love her patterns. My biggest problem is that since there are so many different colors and blended colors, I always have to make floss cards, and I can be very lazy about making floss cards. So I will start stitching her patterns, trying not to do the floss card, and immediately regret it after like 5 minutes of stitching. So, but they look amazing in the end. She is an amazing designer, and she always makes them so cute. Yeah, Heather, I agree. I need to stitch what I have before I buy new patterns. But I'm always afraid that the designer are like going to stop selling the patterns and that I will miss out on them. So I feel like I need to buy them at once. But I should slow down and concentrate on getting done what I have, because I have a lot. This year I have spent crazy amount of money on stitching. Yeah, that rose is, I have seen that. That looks amazing. I really want to do that one also, because I love my bell. I love Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, you have StitchCon. You really need to save some money, Heather. So, let's see. I think I am going to start like the wall section here now, just to do some easier stitching. I find that this pattern, I really love stitching on it, because it's so shifting about being like bulk of colors and then being more confetti like parts to stitch. So and those kind of stitching, those kind of patterns of stitching, I really like them, where we have like both in one pattern. Because then I can just, when I'm tired of working on the roof where it is a little bit more confetti-ish, then I can just do a wall or something else and change up the stitching. Did I just, yeah. Okay, let me see. So, yes, here I am supposed to start. Hello, Chelsea. It's no problem that you are joining late. Just glad you can join. My day has been a slow one because I am not feeling too good, but because I have taken it slow, my mood is really great. It's not like I'm grumpy or sad or anything. And since I I'm taking it so slow. I'm not hurting. I'm not feeling that tired. I'm not like feeling energetic, but as long as I don't feel tired, I'm fine. So it's a good day. Hello, Carrie. Hello, Carrie. And yes, I know that's a horrible British way of saying hello. But I'm gonna do like Heather and butcher the British saying. I saw the picture of all the packages, Carrie. You're like, you can't send me that many small packages. That's crazy. Now I feel like super bad about my partner receiving just a tiny package. But I am really looking forward to getting it. Amazing Adele. Well, if you have problem with deciding if mine are worse than Heather, then I will take that as a compliment, because then it can't be that horrible. So, are everyone stitching today, or are some people working, or well, I will be the judge of that, Carrie, when I receive the package, if I think it's small or not. And a low off. Oh, thank you. I can thank Doctor Who for making me learn to speak just a tiny bit British-ish. And yes, I probably made up that word. But you all know what I mean. Both impeccable. Well, that's good. Oh, you haven't watched the Christmas special, season 10? Before last night? Yeah, that's a good one. I am really looking forward to Sunday. Well, I will be like Sheldon and just never see Adele's sarcasm and think that I am amazing. Oh, okay. You want us to try and advance old-timey policeman? Hello, hello, hello. What's going on there? Well, I think I need to think about that one. And most likely we would need to do it when we are both live. Maybe try and get that I hijack Heather's live Instagram again and do it then. Yeah, Heather, I believe you. I am like sitting and thinking of how I would say the hello, 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 what's going on there, Dan? I think I need to practice on that one. For Maya and Heather's IG live hello off. Yeah, people are really going to be confused. I think people, if they don't read what you guys are chatting about on this live, then when this goes like to YouTube for people to watch later, they will have really big problems understanding what we are talking about. Yes, find us a reference video, Adele. Yeah, you do a Google. My brain is like really working weird today because almost everything you guys are saying, I somehow are able to make it into a song. So right now I have the song Hello, hello, can you hear me? Yes, on my brain. Police constable from the 1950s. Pip pip cheerio, bangers and mash, tea and crumpet, Bovril. Bovril. It's like when you said that, Heather, the pip pip, all I can think of is like there is a song in Norway that you learn as a kid where it's called the bird dance, and that's all I can think about now. That bird song. A 50s constable. Yeah, it's like one of the audiobooks I am listening to right now. I'm listening to all of the Sherlock Holmes books and novels. And the person reading is not British, so he's doing a bad impersonating of when people talk, but he is trying to do like a British way of when the policemen are talking. I think maybe that can be a good way of practicing. Toddle Pip. Love it. Hello, Amanda. So I know what Heather and Adele is working on, but what are you other people working on? It said like Toodle Pip. Was that correct, Adele? Toodle Pip. Ooh, your dragon. Love the no smoking. Feeding a terrorist child. Well, somebody have to feed them. Stitching good mood from coffee time. Oh, nice one, Carrie. Me saying toodle pip is your favorite thing? Nice. Heather, your message actually got like banned. I have to push a button to make your statement about children appear, so I don't think YouTube liked that one. Ood has gone. Ooh, Black Mage, Tilt and Craft. Nice one. Stitchy Cat. Is anyone else in like a very strange mood when it comes to whips? Because on one hand, I really want to just finish off a whole bunch of whips, but on the other hand, I have after the Heaven and Earth sale, I'm like, oh, I want to start all the Hades and all the Tilton Crafts and all the full coverage I have in my house. It's so weird. I want to start everything and at the same time I want to finish everything. Oh, that's your daily, Adele. Well, good to know. Usually I am like I want to start stuff, or I'm like really focused about trying to finish something, not having both in the same day. Oh, Hocus Pocus. That one's a good one also, Chelsea. No, Lauren, unfortunately, the Heaven and Earth sale is over. I was about to announce it in my last update, but because I didn't have a chance to get it uploaded before the sale was over, I cut it away. So it was finished last week, but most likely when it's closer to Christmas and after Christmas, they usually do one more sale. So hopefully there will be more sales for you. Yeah, the Black Mage looks amazing. So really should put that on my wish list also. Finishing mood. Well, that's good, Amanda. Well, Carrie, usually I'm not that fond of starting whips on one hand, and on the other hand, I'm like, I want to start something new because I want to make the beautiful pictures, but I do not want to start them because I don't need more whips and I'm already stressed out about my whips. So I'm strange in that regards. Maybe that's why I have I think I have 26 whips or something now. Yeah, Heather, your stuff, that's good. You're doing a finish and a new start. Well, that's a good one. QS Hogball was 6 pages. And since it is a quick stitch, I think it's not as expensive as the normal sized Heaven and Earth designs, if I remember correctly. New starts are your favorite. Yes, I know, Adele. I love the fact that you love so much to start a new whip, Adele. Because that's not me at all. So it's really fun to see other people having that joy over a new start. But I think it's because I have so many whips, because before I had so many whips, I really did enjoy starting a new whip. I can remember my epic Pokemon. What I needed to start stitching it, I received late in the day because I had to go to the post office to get it, the package. And it was 11:30 p.m. and I was supposed to wake up early the next day to go to work, and still I was saying to my husband, I just need to put a few stitches in so I can start it right now. And it was the best half an hour of my life doing 20 stitches on epic Pokemon. And the next day I was on work, I was just looking forward to getting home to stitch some more on my epic Pokemon. So that was good times. Maybe I need to whip down so I can get that feeling back, if you know what I mean. Yeah, you're almost finished the cactus, and it's a new start. That's true, Heather. I didn't think about that. Finishing projects, yeah. But I do like stitching big projects also, so. But in a way, like the big projects I do, the full coverage ones, and this, like this SAL, I am thinking that each part or a page is like a mini start. Because if I finish a page or start a new part, if I finish one part or finish a page, that is a mini finish. So in a way, if I do a new page and a new part, then it's a mini start. So that's what I'm thinking. 28 whips, but 27 after the cacti is done. Well, we are pretty close in amount of whips we have, Heather. The only problem is I have like 20 whips that are 10 times bigger than yours. Yeah, 36 pages. That is like 6 times more than my QS Huggable. And you can do it. Just do one stitch at a time and one page at a time, and it will be fine. Charlotte, hey! Cleaning out your closet. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I really shouldn't start more whips unless I have time to include it in my stitching. Maybe you will do a Haid, Heather, but not today. Well, Haids, you know, like, I love working on my Haids. It really appealed to my, I don't have like OCD, but in a way I have OCD. And the way I do stitch Haids with the parking and just being really meticulous, is that the word? Yeah, I think so. Meticulous about how I stitch and focusing on just small parts of that big page at a time. It's just something soothing about it for me. And even when I do the confetti, I usually get happy when I see that there's confetti, because I know when I'm done with the confetti, there will be something that will pop out that I did not see before or didn't realize were coming, or how good it will look in the end when it's done. So I love my full coverage projects. But they do take time, so you're in it for a long time when you sign up. But ideally, I think if I had was like doing one big whip at a time and just having small ones would be best. But stitching is something I do for therapy and joy. So as long as I don't get too stressed out about my whip count and so on, then it's fine to start new things, at least in my mind. Some people do really well with having a lot of whips. It's like that is one of the main things I love about Stacy from Atlantica Dream Stitches. She must probably have over 100 whips, and she loves each and every one, and she doesn't stress about anything, and she loves to just start new things all the time. And Just do a little bit here and a little bit there, and suddenly she gets a finish. So I also love people that are like that, because I would be stressed out about that many whips. Oh, let me see. Yes, Adele, the cleaning out my closet was the first song I got in my head when I saw Charlotte cleaning out her closet. Oh, your dragon is 63 pages. Wow. Yeah, your dragon, Charlotte, looks amazing. And you are closing in to start on the top of his head. Isn't that the row you are working on now? It will be really fun to see him, the dragon, come to life. Yeah, satisfying to slowly make progress. I am behind on the chat, so I'm reading the chat right now and trying to catch up, just as you know. Yes, Heather, that is one of my main reasons I do not stress about all my whips and not having them finished, because I know I'm not going to FFO them anytime soon, so it's not like a hurry to finish them. The ones I'm stressing mostly about is the SALs to catch up and the gifts I'm doing, and the Lady and the Tiger, because that's my oldest whip and I want it off my list so it looks nicer. Oh, Heather, you cleaned up your stitching and now your craft desk is a mess. I love it. Oh, that's so cool, Charlotte. So you're soon starting on his nose? That's amazing. I usually are not good at commenting on pictures and so on, but I love watching your progress. All of you in reality, so post on Instagram because I am watching you. Yeah, dragon nose are so cute. But in reality, the most fun part for me about my QS Ball was the eyes on my dragon. I loved those eyes. Your oldest whip is from 2015. I think I think I think maybe I have the same, Heather. My oldest whip is from 2015, The Lady and the Tiger. I think that's when I started it. September 2007, Carrie. Wow. I'm watching you. I'm watching you in a good way, Heather. You love me watching you. Just just say it. (2009, 2010). Well, that's not too bad, Amanda. Especially thinking that you have even more massive projects than me, which was one of the first thing I loved about you, was the fact that you did even more crazier stitching than me, and I didn't even know that that existed. No, I'm not making it better, Heather. And it's on purpose. This tea I have today was really good. It's the brand was Pukka, Pukka, and it's wild apple and cinnamon. No, I'm not sorry, Adele. The crazy is going up to level 9,000 next year. A dozen hates. Yeah, you have a lot of hates going on, Amanda. But I love to see you starting them all and stitching on them. Because you usually get a lot of progress done on your full coverage. And I think it's because you do the extreme cross country. Because when I park, I do slow down a little bit from doing cross country, but at the same time my stitches lay neater when I stitch parking, and I'm the turtle in the race, like slow and steady. I like going slow and steady on my big full coverage project, which most likely sounds insane, but I do. So usually the whips I want to get like finished fast are my smaller ones, and the bigger the project, the more relaxed I am about the stitching. So I have been thinking of maybe starting a whole lot of my heights, just getting them started, and I can use them for different challenges and stuff in the full coverage fanatics. And yeah, just start them, because I do not stress about my full coverage pieces. Normally when I count my whips in my own head, I usually only count the ones that are I do them in two piles, like one for full coverage / big projects and one for the smaller ones. And the one that stresses me out is the pile with the smaller whips, having a bunch of small whips. So don't have patience for parking, yeah. Some people, I think, I love seeing your progress on heights, Amanda, opposite to mine, just because you stitch them in another order, and it's nice to see the pattern being worked in a different way. But I think I would never give up my parking. I can do different kinds of parking, but I don't think I would give it up totally. You do almost 350 to 400 stitches in an hour? That's crazy! I think I am half of that, if not less. You stitch fast. Yeah, you're doing the sewing method. I did that before when I was little, but I have never liked the way my stitches lay when I do the sewing method, so that's why I do the stabbing method instead. The only time I do the sewing method is if I am starting to run low on the floss I have left on my needle, and there is like 2 stitches left and of that color, then I will do the sewing method when playing thread chicken. Because the sewing method is easier to do when playing thread chicken. Oh, you have a full coverage, Heather. Well, what fabric do you want for your Starry Night? I have 18 count, 16 count, and 30 count. I could cut out a piece for you and send, so you can start next year. Oh, Heather, why isn't your Middle Earth done, Amanda? That project is massive. Yeah, 1 centimeter is not a lot when doing a full coverage. Even I can be frugal, but never just 1 centimeter when it's a full coverage. Because if that suddenly starts to fray or anything, then it's ruined pretty fast. Even though I zigzag my edges. Yeah. I love watching people do Stitch with Me when they do parking, like Jessie Marie's, the latest she had. Because it's so relaxing watching people do parking when stitching, and you can so fast see progress. So I do like watch parking also. Finish off Middle Earth for your birthday, so that's crazy, Amanda. Yeah, if you don't want to do it on 14 count, it's no problem going lower because you know you will have enough floss. So if you want instead like a 16 or 18 count, then just let me know what size you want and I will cut it up, zigzag the edges and send it to you. By the way, has anyone a good way of dyeing fabric like a really dark blue color? Because when I try to dye my fabric dark blue, it ends up just, I need to rinse it for like an hour and it ends up light blue instead. So if anyone have tips and tricks on that, I will gladly take it. Yeah, that could be cool, Heather. I don't know how big it is, but if it's like 7, 8 pages, you can totally do it in a year. I did my QS Hog Ball in less than a year, so it's doable. Yeah, I know she baked it in the oven. I have heard so many people telling that you shouldn't do, that if you are going to do dyeing in your oven and stuff, you should have one oven for cooking and one for like dyeing color. I don't know why. So I have been unsure if I want to do that, but I have been thinking of doing it on the stove in like the way you do tea and coffee dye with the boiling, and try that, because I have some thingies I don't remember the name on that I can use to put on the stove to boil the fabric in the water. Maybe that will work. Wine vinegar to set dye. Maybe I should also try that one. I have tried with salt, but not vinegar, so maybe. Oh, nice. Maybe I should try that. You have to Google the technique, yeah. I should do some more research on it. I'm just lazy about it. So, but I think my biggest problem is normally when I have dyed fabric, I have boiled up water and just mix the water up in cups, like reusable cups that we have, and poured over the fabric in some holders I have for the fabric, and maybe that is not enough heat over long enough time, so maybe that's the problem. And I have found out that I need to buy more fabric. I need to buy more easy count fabric, because on the sale I bought some really big heids and I don't have big enough pieces of fabric to make it fit. Like, I have some pieces that are really big, but either they are too short on the length or too short in the width to actually fit on. So maybe I should like get myself a yard of easy count so I can kit up some more heids. because next year on the full coverage fanatics there are a whole bunch of different thematics on the challenges, and I don't have half of them. I think this year it was fine. I didn't need to start anything because I could always like do my epic Pokemon if there was an element I was missing, or they did this year they did the colors, so there was a theme, a thematic, and a color each month. So I had like epic Pokemon has all the colors, so no problem. And if I didn't have any other full coverage pieces, I would just use my epic Pokemon, but that doesn't work this year, so I most likely need to start some whips for the coming year, some full coverage ones. The washing machine. Maybe I can use my washing machine because that would be amazing. And I have powdered Rift dye. That's what I have, because getting liquid Rift dye is too expensive with the shipping. So I have to do the powder. So maybe I should try that. Hello, Jessie. Yes, I am at least having a good day. Just taking it slow, not stressing, not doing anything special, but stitching today. And my blood moon is done. Thank you, Jessie. Are you stitching anything today, Jessie? I somehow have managed to stitch my own hair into some of the stitches. Sorry, I bumped you. Oh, your Victorian house number 9. Nice. Focusing on a finish. That's good. Thank you, Chelsea. You have loads of your hair stitched in your project. Normally, I will always stitch with a bun or like a ponytail, so my hair isn't in the way when I sit and stitch. But this weekend, when I was at the wedding, there was After like the dinner and stuff, we went back to the hotel, and then we went out with the married couple and some friends of those, uh, just out on the town. And while I was waiting in the hotel, I was stitching a little bit, and suddenly I had like hair all over my stitching. Because if I don't have it tied up, I'm like losing hair all the time. You have cat hair, yes, Amanda. Even tied up? Well, that's impressive, Adele. Yeah, some DNA. If anyone ever wonders who stitched these whips of mine, they just need to find one of my hairs and do a DNA test, and they can find me. Because I always forget to sign my whips. I think I have like signed 3 or 4 of my whips in total, because I always forget that I need to sign them. And I don't have a good way of signing my whips, so I don't do it. So I should get working on that. A beard hair in your stitching. One of the guys he works with? Oh, that's so funny. Oh, amazing. I did like have a black beard here in my stitching, but it was because one of the people that we play board game with every Thursday, he has a black beard, and he really was liking my QSR ball. So each time he was visiting, he was like, "Oh, how is your QSR ball looking?" And most likely that's why his beard ended up in my QSR ball. Hello, Lauren. Okay, Heather. Take care of your children. Give River and Lynx good hugs from me. So, let's see. What do I want to work on now? That's okay, hon. See ya. So this, I really love this pattern, and I love the fact that there is so much black in it, because like when I stitch the roof, I felt like it was so much light colors. It didn't look gloomy enough for a Halloween stitching. But then when I just get a little bit farther along, there's like a ton of black, and I love it. I really get the Halloween feel over this one. even if it's a more cutesy Halloween pattern. So how are you all guys today? How are you? Here I am sitting talking about myself for like hours and hours and totally forgetting to ask how you are. I am eating my Smile chocolate. The name of it is Smil, which is the Norwegian word for smile. Nothing new to report. Well, that's good. Stitching away on a new project you started yesterday, Lauren. What did you start? Stitching away to the soothing sound of Rita Marie. I know that if I do like my low voice, that my son easily falls asleep if he is really like not wanting to sleep. I just start almost whispering to him and he gets really tired really fast. But usually I have a very like loud voice, or like a voice with a lot of, I don't know, power behind it. Yeah, what are the chances that you are both listening to Rita Marie and stitching away your day? I was about to say sorrow, but I don't think you're like sad, so it didn't fit. Am I the only one not sitting and stitching and listening to Rita Marie stitching? Oh, cool. Well, if you want, I can like sit and talk in Norwegian, but you wouldn't understand the thing I was saying. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, European people talking English is soothing. Nice. I didn't know that. 6 words in Finnish. Wow. I think that is more than I know. Happy to enable, especially with free stuff. Nice. My biggest problem when people want to hear me speak Norwegian is, and now I am talking about non-Norwegian people want me to speak Norwegian, it's like I never know what to say. And the only thing I can think of is all the songs I sing to my son before he goes to bed when people want me to speak Norwegian. So I think I'm a little bit broken. Or like tell a fairy tale or something. My son's newest favorite song when I'm putting him to bed is a song about the song is like singing that you are flying around and looking at all the fairy tales, and that you are seeing like all these Norwegian fairy tales character on the trip. And he just loved that song, and he suddenly when there comes something that he knows, then he will start singing along, and it's really fun. And today he actually was really good with his bedtime. I'm glad, because the last 2 or 3 weeks he has been trying to get his will about not going to bed. But I'm more stubborn than him, luckily, so he have to go to bed, but he doesn't want to, and that usually makes the bedtime like half an hour longer than what it normally is. So it was really lovely today to get one day where I didn't have to fight with him before he went to bed. So, and he has started to sleep properly again in the night. Last week he only did wake up like one night where I had to go and check on him. So hopefully I can soon get back to get a good night's sleep myself. So I think I am closing into an end for the night for this Stitch with me. But before I'm not going to leave you like now, but I was wondering if for the Stitch with me, do you like it as it is, where we just chat and talk while you are doing your stuff and I am stitching? Or do you want me to like prepare a tag that I can do, or like I did in the first video where I asked you to just ask me anything you want to know and I will answer? So if you have any thoughts about that, how you want these live Stitch with me's to be, then please let me know. Yeah. So most people like the little chit chats. Well, that's good. Sounds like I'm not boring, even though most of the time I feel I'm silent for a very long time and just don't know always what I'm supposed to talk about. But most likely, knowing myself is the pauses just feel natural normally. So like the chat. Well, that's good. I can like do some tags and write them down and have them if I'm suddenly get out of things to talk about. I am in the regards of like chit-chatting, I'm usually not that good just sitting and talking to myself. But if I have someone that like asks questions and we have something we are talking about, then I can talk for hours. Yeah. Focus on stitching and comment every now and then. That's true. You're not having silent pauses. Well, that's good. Yeah, I like, usually when I stitch around other people, I really like my mother-in-law, she knits. So we sometimes have been together where she is knitting and I am stitching. And I really love the fact that sometimes it just gets a little bit silent and you can concentrate and count and do all those stuff, and then afterwards start chatting again. So it's not like I have been stressing about the fact that it turns silent, but I don't know if you guys like the same silence that I do, but listening to what you all are saying, it sounds like you also like just a tiny bit of peace and quiet, and then some more chatting. Chatting? Yeah, I totally can't say that word today. So that's good to know. Are you all like sick and tired and want to throw in the towel for the Stitch with me, or do you want to like continue just 10-15 more minutes? Yeah, I am really happy with my mother-in-law, so I guess that's a bonus when I don't have a relationship with my mom at all. It has really been a blessing for me to have my mother-in-law. And having that relationship there. Because she actually calls me her daughter. She did that before me and my husband got married, because she just really likes me. His whole family does. Your battery is low again. Well, that's okay, Adele. I'm here as long as you are. Well, that's good, Jessie Marie. Happy to stay on a little bit. Well, good. So, because I was thinking, I am like really close to getting at the edge of this the tiles on the roof on this side that will go under to the next, under this blue wall to this side. So I really want to get down and do these last stitches at least to the blue wall, the end of the blue wall. So and it's so weird. Just when I finished the blood moon today, I was totally hyped to stitch on the Haunted Mansion SAL, because I wasn't supposed to do it this time also. I was actually thinking of doing my Lady and the Tiger or Pokemon, because there I have the printed chart. But after doing the blood moon, I got really hyped about stitching the Haunted Mansion. So I did more Haunted Mansion SAL. Thank you, Lauren. Yeah. Was going to watch floss tube and stitching anyways. Yeah, that sounds like my days. My day today. Or I actually haven't watched that much floss tube because when I work digital patterns, I do listen to an audiobook instead. And when I have the printed charts or printed pattern, I will watch floss tube while I stitch. So I really need to get I have like a small memory stick and put my patterns on there and just mark the folders as print everything and just print the front page and give it to my husband so he can print it at work, and give him some of the patterns that I am going to make a working copy of. So I really should do that soon, one of these days. So because that will make it so much easier if I want to watch floss tube, because I can. Thank you, Charlotte. Yeah, The Lady and the Tiger is an amazing pattern, and that's also why I am doing the new rotation I am doing, because then the whips like The Lady and the Tiger will get worked on and not put away, because since that is an old whip, it's so easy to forget that I have it, if you understand what I mean. Because you start all these new whips and then you suddenly have forgotten what whips you did have. And so this way I will always remember to work on my oldest whip in my new way of having a rotation, because one of the category is like the oldest whip. That's what I'm working on. And so I like that, because that way I can always work on my older whips and my newer whips. Okay, so that's the end there. That goes, yeah, okay. I'm on track. Thank you, Lauren. Yeah, I really like my rotation. It's fun. My biggest problem now with my rotation is that it takes, since it's a build-up rotation, it takes time to get to the point where I'm like having all my categories of the whips in place. And so in a way I want to hurry and get to that point, but at the same time I know doing it this way I get a bunch of good time to do my gifts and SAL and so on. So yeah, I think I finally have found a rotation that I really love and most likely are going to stick with in the future. Yeah, Charlotte, always scary to start too many whips in case some of the other ones get boring. But it's not like my Lady and the Tiger is boring. It's just, yeah, I don't know. There's just so many options to what to stitch on, and I'm usually always drawn to the last thing I worked on. So, yeah. Bye, Adele. Do you watch many people stitching on Twitch, Lauren? Lauren Klinger? Because I think I have like 2 people that I follow on Twitch. One of them stitches and one of them usually does pattern making. But I don't have much more than that I follow on Twitch. But it's really fun to watch people live on Twitch stitching. In general, I like watching people stitching. Oh, you also listen to audiobooks. That's good, Charlotte. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice listening to audiobook once in a while. My biggest problem is I get so far behind on FlossTube. So, and since I was away this weekend, I'm super far behind now. So easy to get behind. But I have found out that I'm not stressing about it and just watching it as I feel like it. Because it's nice to also just sit and stitch and listen to an audiobook. Six, 7 cross stitchers. Okay, you watch knitters and crocheters too. Yeah, most likely the reason I am in the day for you is because I am in Norway, so it's night for me. Let's see. Okay. And now I am actually doing the Bargello tuck, where I have taken my stitches under some of the stitches on the back, and then the last stitch I go back and do again with my needle in the same direction as I first went, and pull through and make just a tiny like knot on the back. You can't feel it, you can't see it, and the floss is secure. And that is something I have done long before I knew it had a name. I didn't know it was a thing. It was before like floss tube, when I was like 13, 14 years old, because I had problem with some of my, when securing my floss on the back, I didn't put it under enough stitches on the back, and they will sometimes get loose and stuff like that. So I started doing that just by myself to make it more secure. So it's a really neat thing to know if you know that you have just a small length of floss that you want to use for a few stitches. And if you do it that way, you don't need to use so much floss on the back to secure, and can easily do a few stitches with a very short length of floss. Yeah, Gary, I think a lot of us didn't know that it had a name, Bargello tuck. But I like the name though. Yeah, Amanda, there is a lot of crafting stuff on Twitch. My biggest problem is finding people on Twitch, because they all just do videos under the category creative, and it can be so many different things. It's hard to narrow down to find like just stitchers or something like that. But Cirithra, the one you do the Elder Scrolls, was named the herbs you're doing from the game that I totally can't remember. She is actually doing Twitch under the same name as her shop name. Skyrim, yes, thank you. Thank you. So I know she is on Twitch. I have watched her some, and 8-Bit Stitch. I follow her on Instagram, and she is on Twitch. She is K Warning, like in one word. And she usually designs Pokemon patterns while streaming. Yeah, the Stardew Valley book will be so amazing. I'm really looking forward to that coming out. I love the game, and I love how the graphic is in that game. It is all so cute and just amazing. The creator has done a very good job with everything. He really has put down his heart and soul into making that game. So So yeah, Stardew Valley book is on my wish list even before it is released. That's good, Amanda. Yeah, Kay Warning is fun. I like her. Biggest problem is she usually streams on a time where I am asleep, so if I'm watching her, I'm usually watching her like videos that are she has done in the past, not live. But it's okay. Is anyone having anything fun to drink while they're stitching, working, doing whatever you are doing while listening to me and watching me stitch? La Croc sparkling water. Ooh, Riolis kit. Which one are you doing? I know they have like 200-300 different ones, so it's not like a certainty that I know what it is, but it's always fun if I do know it. Luck ship. I haven't heard of that one, but sounds exciting if it's a ship. I have actually never stitched a ship, but I have been thinking of maybe doing one because it could be nice to have on the wall, just a more simple, like the one Stitching Mommy has with their Norwegian ship, because it's really beautiful pictures with all the blues. A red boat with a lot of sea creatures underneath. Wow, that sounds amazing. Diet Pepsi, well, just plain old Diet Pepsi is nice that also. Diet Pepsi. Well, I'm not doing diet and I'm not doing Pepsi. But I need my sugar to stay awake. Oh, cool. I need to Google that later. So, I can feel myself starting to yawn. So I think I should end this live, move around a little bit because my back is starting to hurt from sitting too long still. So, but I did get to the end of the roof right here. And now I just need to do all the other part of the roof. So that is how far I have gotten on my Haunted Mansion SAL. And tomorrow I am going to my next whip in the rotation. But I will be back with doing SALs on the, I think it's the 11th of October. So hopefully I will bring this back out and work some more on it. So thank you all so much for watching and joining me. I am really enjoying doing these lives and having you guys sitting and chatting with me while I stitch. I usually don't have many people I can sit and stitch with, and I don't have anyone else stitching with me when I stitch, so love that you guys are here and watching me. And I will be back live again next Tuesday as long as nothing happens. And I will try and do as I did this week, announce it an hour before I go live on Instagram so you guys know that I am going live. Thank you all for really loving my moon. I also love it myself. Have a good night, good day, good evening, wherever you are. And hope you all have a great rest of your day. And we will talk later. Goodbye.